Once again, welcome to this session. In the previous classes, we looked into DC series circuit and also we looked into the parallel circuits. Just we will recap the DC parallel circuit. When do we say resistors are connected in parallel? When they are connected between two ends, two common ends. Okay, whenever you see resistors are connected between two common ends, then we are going to say that they are in parallel. And another easy way to identify whether the resistors are in parallel, whatever the current is coming to that particular node or the junction, the current will get divided into different branches. So here the total current of the circuit I, when it comes to this node, it has three different paths to flow. So this is the first path, second path, and third path. So whenever there are different multiple paths are provided, that means the components which are connected there are connected in parallel. So current will flow in each of those paths, and the amount of current is dependent upon the resistance value of that particular path. If the resistance is more, naturally the amount of current that will flow in that particular branch will be less. If the if the resistance is low for that particular path, naturally the amount of current that will flow in that particular path is more. If resistance is very high for that particular path, the amount of current that will flow is less, because high resistance, therefore less current. And whatever the current that flows here is exactly equal to the all the branch currents, means the total current I is equal to sum of all the branch currents, that is I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So some of the characteristics we saw for the DC parallel circuits, we will see it again. So we know that in case of a parallel circuit, the total current of the circuit is equal to sum of all the branch currents. That is I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. And in this diagram, we can apply Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? Ohm's law is equal to V is equal to IR. Mathematically, V is equal to current into resistance. So I can apply the Ohm's law to this branch as well as this branch. And one more important thing to notice is the voltage between all the branches would be exactly the same. So this is the node here and this is the node here. Voltage, if you say this node is A and this node is B, the voltage across all the resistor would be the voltage across the node A and B. So in this particular case, it is the voltage source V. So for all the branches, the voltage would be exactly same, and that is equal to V. Suppose if you have applied 50 volts to this parallel combination, the voltage across each of these branches would be exactly 50 volt. So if I apply the Ohm's law here, 50 volt is equal to I into R, right? 50 volt is equal to I1 into R1. Similarly, 50 volt is equal to I2 into R2. Similarly, 50 volt is equal to I3 into R3. In this case, it is V. Therefore, V is equal to I1 into R1. V is equal to I2 into R2. V is equal to I3 into R3. So, rewriting those equations, I1 can be written as V by R1. I2 is V by R2, I3 is V by R3. Now, if we substitute these values in this equation, V by R1 plus V by R2 plus V by R3, and we get this is voltage is common. Okay, it is same voltage. So we take it out. What we get is V into bracket 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Or I can rewrite I divided by V is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. This is the first equation. Now, let us say I replace this circuit. Okay, let us say I replace this combination of resistor with only one resistor, that is Rp, and I apply the same voltage, and I get a resulting current as I. So suppose in this case 50 volt, and let us say 10 amperes current will flow. the value of resistance is such that Rp, I will apply the voltage of 50 volt. I apply the voltage of 50 volt to this resistance Rp, which will result in the same amount of current, that is 10 amperes. Then I can apply on this equivalent circuit. So this is called as a equivalent circuit. What is a equivalent circuit? We just simplified this parallel combination into single resistor so that analysis can be easily performed. If I apply Ohm's law on this particular circuit, what I get? V is equal to I into Rp. That is, from figure 2, V is equal to I into Rp, or 1 upon Rp. So I will take Rp on this side. 1 upon Rp is equal to I upon V. That is the second equation. Now this ratio I by V and I by V, these are exactly the same values. So therefore we can say the this particular resistor combination of R1, R2, R3 is equal to 1 by Rp. Therefore, from equation 1 and 2, we can conclude that 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So, what is the conclusion here? If we have three resistors R1, R2, R3 connected in parallel, the equivalent resistance of that parallel combination can be found out using this formula. How to read this formula? The reciprocal of equivalent resistance of a circuit parallel combination resistor is the sum of reciprocals of individual resistances. Okay, so that is 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. What if there are 5 resistors? You will say 1 upon plus 1 upon R by 4, 1 upon R4 plus 1 upon R5. So n number of resistors, keep on doing that. Okay, so it depends on how many parallel resistors are there. So let us see what are the important characteristics of a parallel circuit. As we just discussed, the voltage across each resistor is the same. Whatever the resistor, or you can say branch, voltage across each branch is exactly the same. And current through any resistor is inversely proportional to its resistance. Means what? In particular branch, the amount of current is more if resistance is less. The current is less if resistance is more. That is, the current is inversely proportional to the resistance value. Means this is very easy to understand. Whenever there is a higher resistance, amount of current would be less. When amount of resistance is less, the current would be more. Then third, the total current in the circuit is equal to sum of all the parallel branch currents. Means I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Then this is what we got from the equation. That is 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. How to state that? The reciprocal of the total resistance or the equivalent resistance is equal to sum of the reciprocals of the individual resistances. And this is one more important property: as number of parallel branches is increased, the total resistance of the circuit is decreased. So as you keep on adding more branches, okay, adding more resistors in parallel, the total resistance or the effective resistance will keep on reducing. This is quite obvious, as you are adding one more branch means you are giving another part for the current. So naturally the overall resistance of the combination will reduce. So that is what it is saying. The total resistance of the circuit is always less than the smallest of the resistances. So if you have three resistances in parallel, 5 ohm, 4 ohm and 3 ohm, you have these three resistance in parallel. According to this, okay, the effective resistance of the circuit would be less than the smallest one, that is 3 ohm. So if you find out, calculate the resistance, then you will figure out the total resistance or the equivalent resistance comes out less than the smallest value. Okay, so when we are solving the problems, I will just we will revisit this. I will just show when you solve this, then you will be able to understand the meaning of this. So that is always, and it is another way to understand whether your answer is correct. Suppose in the exam they have given a parallel circuit. Let's say there is 50 ohm and 100 ohm and 150 ohm, and you are asked to calculate the equivalent resistance. Let us say your answer comes as maybe 120. So definitely you can say it is wrong, because smallest resistance that you have in combination is 50 ohm. The equivalent resistance has to come less than the 50 ohm. So we'll see that when we solve the problem. And if n resistors, each of resistance R are connected in parallel, the total resistance or the equivalent resistance Rp is equal to R by N. So you have to remember this formula whenever you are using this particular characteristic. All the resistances should be exactly the same. Suppose you have a parallel resistances 10 ohm, 10 ohm, 10 ohm. So you have to make sure all are 10 ohm only. Then you can apply this rule. Then if all are 10 ohm, 10 ohm, 10 ohm, then what we can do? We can directly find out the equivalent resistance. Rp is equal to 10 ohm divided by N is number of parallel paths or the number of resistors. So in our example 3, 10 divided by 3, that is 3.33 ohm is the equivalent resistance. If you use this formula, 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, you will get the same answer. So there is no difference. So if I use this formula, 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10. That would be 3 by 10. 1 by Rp is equal to 3 by 10. Therefore, Rp is equal to 10 by 3. That is same as this equation, which is 3.33. The conductances are additive. So 1 by 1 upon resistance, that is called as a conductance. They are additive. So don't worry about this too much. The total power dissipated in the circuit is equal to sum of the powers dissipated in the individual resistor. This is an important property similar to series combination. In case of a parallel also, the total power that is consumed is exactly equal to the sum of the individual's power consumed in the each of the resistors that are connected in parallel. So this is this is how it is proved. We know that 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. You multiply by V square on both the sides. The equation will become V square by Rp is equal to V square by R1 plus V square by R2 plus V square by R3. So we know that there are the power can be represented in three forms. P is equal to V into I. P is equal to V into I. P is equal to I square R, and P is equal to V square by R. So this is V square by Rp is the total power consumed in the circuit, and V square by R1 power consumed in the resistor 1, V square by R2 power consumed in the resistor 2, V square by R3 is power consumed in the resistor 3. Therefore, total power P is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3. So this particular property we can use it in solving some of the problems. This would be very useful. Any questions so far, including whatever we have covered so far? If you have any questions or doubts, we will go through that. Okay, and once we clear all those things, we can proceed. Is there any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll proceed. This is the problem. I hope everybody is having the calculator and the notebook. Uh, take down this problem. Anybody has solved? Actually, I had shown this in the previous class. Anybody attempted? Okay. So we have two coils connected in series. I have told you whether it is a coil, whether it is a bulb or a heating element, anything. For a DC circuit, it is a just one resistor, just one resistor. So you can read it as two resistors connected in a series having a resistance of 18 ohm and uh, 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 18 ohm when connected in parallel, and okay, sorry, series when they are connected in a series have a resistance of 18 ohm, and when connected in parallel have a resistance of 4 ohm. Means let us consider those resistor values are R1 and R2. If resistors are connected in parallel, then it has a resistance of 18 ohm. if they are connected in parallel combination like this, then the resistance would be 4 ohm. What you have to do is you have to find the value of each resistances. So always you have to think in terms of how many unknowns are there and how many equations are we need to fill. So number of unknowns here are 2, right? So at least we would need 2 equations to solve this particular problem. So when resistance R1 and is R2 is connected in series, what is the total resistance? When if R1 and R2 are connected in series, what is the
R1
equivalent?
plus R2.
R1 plus R2.
Very good. So first equation is R1 plus R2 is equal to 18 ohm, because this is the resistance when it is connected in series. Now, if R1 and R2 are connected in parallel, so what would be the equivalent resistance? 1 by RP
1
is
by
equal
R1
to 1 by R1
1 by R1
plus
plus 1 by
1 by
R2.
R1 plus 1 by R2.
is equal to,
1
so
by
4.
is equals to 4.
No, 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 no. Don't make this mistake. Is equal to 1 by 4, isn't it? This is RP. Okay. Now you have two equations and you start solving. So first one, when connected in series, effective resistance R1 plus R2 is equal to 18. And when they are connected in parallel, 1 by RP is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So therefore 1 by 4. RP is 4. And in exam also you have to be very careful. The most common mistake is when you are finding the parallel, uh, keep solving. Okay. Then I will tell what is the common problem. So we have simplified this one, 1 by 4. This is R1 plus R2 divided by R1 or R2. Therefore R1 R2 is equal to 4 times R1 plus R2. And R1 plus R2 from equation 1, we know that it is 18. So you can replace this R1 plus R2 with 18. That would be 4 into 18. Therefore, R1 R2 is equal to 4 into 18, that is 72. This is the second equation. So this is first equation and second equation. So I have two equations and two unknowns. Okay, so what, keep solving. I will tell what is the most common mistake we come across when we are doing the evaluation of the answer scripts. Uh, the most common problem is whenever there is a parallel problem like this, all of you please solve. By the end of my explanation, you should have the answer ready. Basically, this is now just a mathematics. You have two equations and you have to find the what are the two unknowns. So what is the common mistake is if there is any parallel calculation, they start perfectly. They start 1 by RP is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Let us say they are calculating this value and then is equal to, they keep on calculating. At the end, what they do is instead of saying 1 by RP is equal to whatever the value we are getting, they will directly say RP is equal to that particular value. The right hand side, this right hand side is a reciprocal value, right? It is a value of 1 by RP. It is not the RP. At the end, they make a common mistake. They will directly write RP is equal to that much ohm and they do the further calculation. That time everything goes wrong. So I have told very simple technique. The RP value, the equivalent resistance value would be less than one of these resistors. Let us say this is 5 ohm and this is 4 ohm. Okay, just for sake of taking an example, this is 5 ohm and this is 4 ohm. RP would be definitely less than 4 ohm. You have to remember that. The equivalent resistance would be smaller than the smallest resistances that are connected in the branch. That is one way of doing the verification. So anybody got the answer? You will get a quadratic equation, right? So
Yes, sir.
once you get the quadratic equation, you know how to solve the quadratic equation. We already solved one quadratic equation. So quadratic,
R1 is equals to 12 and 6, sir.
very good. R1 is 12 ohms and
6
R2 is
ohms.
equal 6 ohms. I
Sir,
think I have.
R1 only.
Yeah.
R1 only.
Prathamesh, what happened? R1 is
R1 has two values, sir. 12 ohm and 6 ohm.
very good, correct. So you can pick any values. So these are resistances, right? Either you can pick 12. So how happens is, if you say R1 is 12 ohm, R2 will become 6 ohm. And if you say R1 is 6 ohm, this will become 12 ohm. Okay, you can write that answer. I will show the answer. Okay, replacing R2. So we will write this equation in only in terms of one variable, either choose R1 or R2. So in this particular case, we have chosen R2 is equal to 72 by R1. By replacing here and simplifying this equation, we get R1 square minus 18R1 plus 72 is equal to 0. This is just a quadratic equations. If somebody is not understanding, see what we have done is, this R1 will get multiplied here, R1 square plus 72, and this R1 goes here, 18R1. Then I take 18R1 on the left hand side. On the right hand side it becomes 0. On the left hand side it becomes minus 18R1. So just note down this if you did not get the answer. Then how to find how to solve the quadratic equation? This R1 is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. This quadratic equation is the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Therefore a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 18, c is equal to 72. You replace these values in this equation and there are two values, one with plus and one with minus. So when you use with a plus, okay, this is the simplification. If you are trying to solve, intermediate values are here. You can just check if something is wrong with your calculation. So what you get, R1 is equal to 18 plus or minus 6 divided by 2. If I choose plus, I get on this side it is 9. Okay, 18 divided by 2, 9. On the right hand side it is 6 divided by 3, that is 9 plus or minus 3. So if I use the plus sign, 9 plus 3, 12 ohm, and if I use the minus sign, R1 value will be 9 minus 3, 6 ohm. So I will get R1 is 12 ohm or R1 can be 6 ohm. Those are the two possible values. If R1 is 12 ohm, so R2 will become 6 ohm. So you can write the answer like this: R2 is equal to 6 ohm if R1 is 12 ohm, and R2 is equal to 12 ohm if R1 is 6 ohm. Okay, I hope everybody understood this. So in the final exam, whatever you answers you get, you keep on writing. And in the previous one of the examples, we got one of the values as negative, isn't it? So when we get one of the values as negative, then we will discard it. But here we have got both the values are positive and both are valid. So only the way you say it will change. You will say, if you choose R1 as 12 ohm, R2 will become 6 ohm. If I choose R1 as 6 ohm, R2 will become 12 ohm. And if you want to verify, that is simple, right? 12 plus 6, 18. And you can use this to find out the equivalent resistance which is in parallel. 1 by 12 plus 1 by 6. Okay, if you calculate, you will get it as 4. That is just to verify your answer. So this is the next circuit. Please note down. What I want here is the equivalent resistance. Okay, there is a node A and node D. So it is a combination of a series and parallel. So just I will give a hint. This particular, this is 2 ohm, 5 ohm, 10 ohm. How they are connected? Are they in series or parallel?
Parallel.
Very good, because these three resistances, 2 ohm, 5 ohm, 10 ohm, they are connected between two common nodes. Okay, so you have to solve this one separately. Now again, if you see, these two resistors are connected in parallel because correct. So you will replace this combination with one resistor, and you will replace this combination with one resistor. Now this equivalent resistance, and 1.35 ohm, how they are connected?
Series.
Series. Why series? Whatever the current flows here, it will flow through this equivalent resistor, this equivalent resistor, this equivalent resistor. So then 1, 2, 3 series, you can reduce it to one resistor. Then once you reduce it to one resistor, 5 ohm and that one are connected in
Parallel.
parallel. So that is how you can solve. Okay, take few minutes and calculate. So remember 1 by Rp when you are solving this, 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 10. And whatever the calculation you get on the right hand side, if you are using calci, you will get it in decimals, isn't it? So that is 1 by Rp. It is not Rp, remember that. You have to reciprocate in order to get the Rp value. That is the most common mistake. All of you, please attempt. If you don't attempt, then it is very difficult to solve it. If anybody is having difficulty in understanding, we can set up a session like this and I can help you. Even if you are just one person individual, we can do that. I will make you understand. Okay, I got, already answer is there. 1.25 ohm. Anybody else has got that answer? 1.25 ohm. And if anybody of you need additional time, we have some empty slots. I can take up those empty slots, okay? And whenever you need, we can set up a meeting so that it will not disturb our other regular classes. And also you will get to listen to more explanation. I can help you understand the problems. Okay. Anybody else got the answer? So I will repeat. So first you have to solve this parallel combination. Next, this parallel combination. Then 1, 2, 3 resistors are in parallel, in series. So equivalent resistance is sum of the resistance values. Then that equivalent resistance is in parallel with this resistor. Zero 0.5896. Shifa, just check you have whether you have taken 1 by RP. 2.47. I think 2.5 may be the answer. Let us see. Okay. Shifa, you just check whenever you get one. Are you taking 1 by RP or you by mistakenly you taken the RP? Okay. So let us see now how it is solved is we have this. If you want, you can label it as C. I have additional label B and C. So I am calculating RAB, the resistance between this node and this node. 1 by RAB. Just you have done the calculation, just watch it. And if you have made mistakes, make the corrections. 1 by RAB is equal to, so the parallel combination is 2 ohm, 5 ohm, 10 ohm. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 10. So what we get is, you can do it directly in the calci. So it will come as a decimal calculation. And you have to remember excuse me, sorry. When you are calculating in the calci, make sure you are using the proper brackets. So just to avoid confusion, bracket 1 by 2, close the bracket, plus bracket 1 by. So then you will get the correct answer. So this is manual calculation. We get 5 plus 2 plus 1 divided by 10, that is 8 by 10. 8 by 10 is 1 by RAB. It is not RAB. Therefore, RAB is reciprocate on the right hand side. So 10 by 8, that is 1.25. First parallel combination, we get the value of 1.25 ohm. Second combination, parallel combination, this is 6 ohm and 4 ohm. So 1 divided by RBC is equal to 1 by 6 plus 1 by 4. So we get it 4 plus 6, 10 by 24. So this is 1 by RBC. When you reciprocate left hand side, reciprocate right hand side. Reciprocation of left hand side is RBC. On the right hand side, it is 24 by 10, that is 2.4. So I got one 1.25 and second one is 2.4. And the third resistance is already, the value is given 1.35. Now these three are connected in series. So those three are connected in series. So equivalent resistance is sum of those values, resistances. 1.25 plus 2.4 plus 1.35. So you will get it as, if you add this one and this one, you get it 2.6, 2.6 plus 2.4, 5 ohm. Now, this complete branch can be replaced with one resistor of 5 ohm. Now, 5 ohm is connected in parallel with 5 ohm. So the scenario is 5 ohm connected in 5 ohm. So you can use the property, the same resistors are there. Rp is equal to R by N. Okay. R value is 5. N number of parallel paths 2. 5 divided by 2, 2.5. Or you can use the whatever the general formula. 1 divided by RAD. The resistance between RAD is equal to 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5 is equal to 2 by 5. So reciprocate left hand side and right hand side. Reciprocation of left hand side RAD, reciprocation of the right hand side 5 by 2, that is 2.5 ohm. Okay. Okay. Many people have, okay, Pallavi. Okay. Pradeep, just check how come you got 2.56. Some values are 2.47, 2.56. Maybe, okay. It is the rounding errors. Yes, that is fine. Okay, all of you, please make sure that whatever the calculations you did, whether whether there was a mistake, make corrections and get to the right answer. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Shall we move to next? Okay, this is the next circuit. Note down the circuit first. You have to find the equivalent resistance.
Sir, equivalent resistance is 1 ohm.
Very good, very good. That is correct. So if you closely observe this, these lines are given for just the confusing, okay, to make you confuse. Actually, this, what is the meaning of this is, actually this node and this node are actually the same nodes. And this node and this node are actually the same node. So just imagine, all of you, just see here, just imagine you rotate this register, you just rotate this register and make this line smaller, 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 and you connect. So if you see here, this resistor and this resistor are connected between common node C, and when you move this will node A and node D will be the same. So this resistor and this resistor are connected between two common nodes. Similarly, just imagine you rotate this one, this line will shrink, and you join. So the B point will join to C. Then what happens? This resistor and this resistor are connected between this node and this node. So if you see overall, the actual figure is what? The three resistors are connected in parallel. That is the only thing. So you can see here. Now, if you rotate this one like this node is nothing but A and D. And if you rotate this one and join here, it is B and C. So this is a wire, just a wire, or you can say node. The potential here and potential here would be exactly the same. Okay, that means that is a same node. Current will not flow here. You understand, right? Whenever the potential is same, there will be no current flowing in that. That means essentially this point and this point are exactly the same. And if you redraw the diagram, it will look like this. This is node A and D and node B and C. All the three resistors are connected between two common nodes. So what would be the equivalent resistance? 1 by RAB is equal to 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3. That is 3 by 3 is equal to 1 ohm. So 1 is nothing but 1 by 1. I reciprocate on the left hand side, RAB. Reciprocate on the right hand side, that is 1 by 1. That is 1 ohm. RAB is equal to 1 ohm. So either you can calculate like this, or you can use the property Rp is equal to R by N. Because all the resistors are same, I can say Rp is equal to R, that is 3 ohm, divided by N. N is number of parallel paths, 1, 2, 3. So 3 by 3, that is 1. Okay. Note down the next problem. A 100 watt, 250 volt lamp. So this is the specification of the lamp. 100 watt, 250 volt lamp is connected in parallel with an unknown resistance R. And that combination is connected across 250 volt supply. The total power dissipated in the circuit is 1100 watt. Find the value of resistance. Assume resistance of lamp is constant. So what is the problem here? We have one lamp, so it is as good as one resistor for me, and specification is given 100 watt, 250 volt. So you should be able to find the resistance, right? How to find the resistance? We know the P and we know the V. Which formula you will use to find the resistance of this lamp? Anybody? See, the lamp specification is given, power is given, voltage is given. Which equation you will use to find the resistance?
R is equal to V square by P.
R is equal to V square by P. Correct. Okay. Or which form of the power equation? P is equal to V square by R. So that is R is equal to V square by P. You find the resistance, and this resistance is connected with an unknown resistance R. So that resistance is connected in parallel. So you will find a value here that is connected in parallel with R, and this whole combination is connected with connected across 250 volt supply. So V is given, and also they have given the total power dissipated in the circuit. When we say total power dissipated in the circuit, that is the power consumed in this lamp as well as then this resistor. That is P is equal to 1100 watt. So what is the possible other equation I can use? P is equal to P1 plus P2. So already you got the hint here. P is equal to P1 plus P2. So P1 already we know it is 100 watt. You don't have to calculate again. So what would be the power consumed in R? P is equal to P1 plus P2. P is 1100. P1 is 100. So P2 would be 1100 watt minus 100, that is 1000 watt. So these are the various information we have, and use this formula. There are multiple ways to calculate the resistance values, multiple formulas. So find the value of the resistance. Okay, so Nali has calculated 62.5 ohms known resistance. Anybody else has got that? So Nali, I think that is correct answer. I don't remember the answer. Okay, good. Navin also got it as 62.5. Let us see the answers. Okay, so this is first. First thing is, whenever you get a problem, first draw the circuit diagram and mark all the given values. Okay, so that is the first thing. When you draw the circuit diagram, it will give more clarity. Okay, you have to convert the words into a circuit diagram. So a lamp 100 watt slash 250 volt specification is connected in parallel with the unknown resistance, and this series parallel combination is connected across 250 volt source, and also they have given total power P is equal to 1100 watt. Now we know one of the property of the parallel circuit, total power is equal to sum of, you should say, sum of power dissipated in each branch, that is P is equal to P1 plus P2. So P1 is given, P is given, P1 is 100, okay, therefore P2 is equal to 1100 minus 100, that is 1000 watt. Now P2 is known, for this resistor P2 is known, and voltage across it is known. So we can use the same formula, P2 is equal to V square by R, or R is equal to V square by P, and V is how much? 250 volt, 250 square divided by, this is the P, total power this is the power that is dissipated in resistor R, that is 1000 watt. So this should be V square by P2, make this correction. Okay, this is not P, V square by P. P2 is 1000. So 625, we get it is 62,500 divided by 1000. So that will come as 62.5 ohms. Okay, so this is the this is also from the exam. So one of the exam, this particular problem appeared. Calculate branch currents, total current in the given circuit. So we have, this is 50 volt supply, and this is 100 K, means 100 10 kilo ohm, means 10,000 ohm. This is 25 kilo ohm, that is 25,000 ohm, and this is 5 kilo ohm, 5,000. So this resistor, if you want, you can use it as 10,000, 25,000, and this one is 5,000. And current in 10 kilo ohm is I1, this is I2 and I3. And after drawing the circuit diagram, you have to mark all the currents and the voltages, right? In the question paper, sometimes they will mark all the currents and voltages, or it will not be marked. If it is not marked, use your own convention. So first of all, this they try to complicate. They try to show that this is a very complex circuit. This is not a complex circuit. This is a simple circuit. Can anybody tell me how these three resistors are connected?
In parallel.
Okay. Why in parallel?
Because the total current is splitting into three parts: I1, I2, and R3, I3.
Very good, very good. That is very nice, nice explanation. So if you see here, this wire and this wire, this is all common node. Just they have stretched the line, but these are all common. And easy way to identify is you are seeing like three branches. The current, total current is split into this, this. So current will not flow here, right? This and this nodes are exactly the same. So current is splitting and all the resistors are connected to node A. So one end is connected to A, this end is connected to A, this end is connected to A, the other end is connected to node B. So this other end is connected to node B, and this big line is just to confuse you. Just you stretch this line and join it here. The node C and node B are exactly the same. Why exactly the same? Because this is just a conducting wire. The potential at C and potential at B are exactly the same. So there is no way current will flow here. So B and C are same. If you see that, they are connected in parallel. Once you know that they are connected in parallel, you know the formula 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So here you will find the equivalent resistance. Once you find the equivalent resistance, you can find the total current. How to find the total current? You know the Rp and you know the 50 volt. So V is equal to IR. Okay, I is equal to V by R. What is the value of the total current? What is the equivalent resistance? Definitely current would be a very smaller value. You must be getting in milliamperes because the resistances are very high.
Sir, equivalent resistance is 2.94.
2.94 kilo ohm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why I am accepting 2.9 kilo ohm is, which is less than the smallest value of resistance here is 5 kilo ohm. Okay, let me go to the next slide. Okay, redraw the circuit as like this. B and C are the same node. So what I have done, B and C are the same node, and you can redraw the circuit. So which will make now it looks like a very simple circuit. So 10 kilo ohm, 25 kilo ohm, 5 kilo ohm, they are in parallel connected to 50 volts. And this can be replaced with equivalent resistance RAB. So how to find the equivalent resistance? 1 by RAB is equal to 1 by 10,000 plus 1 by 25,000 plus 1 by 5,000. So if you calculate this, you get it like 1 by RAB is equal to 17 divided by 50,000. So you reciprocate 1 upon RAB is RAB, reciprocate right hand side, 50 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 17. That is correct. 2.94 into 10 raised to 3. So many times the problems are you write incorrect answers because of not using the calculator properly. Okay, so this is all calculation mistakes, so be careful while using. For that, how to avoid calculation errors, make sure you are very comfortable with the calc and try to solve as many problems as possible. What is the current? RAB is correct.
17 milliampere.
17 milliamperes. Very good. Anybody else got this answer? Anybody else got 2.94 kilo ohm or
2.94 kilo.
Very good. You got the current?
I'm doing.
Okay, do it. So, Prathamesh, once you have the total current, then you have to find the branch currents. How you will find the branch currents? 17.1. Good, Sonali, Ashwini. 17.1 milliamperes. So, how to find, now I have to find, you have found I, total current. How you will find I1 and I2 and I3? Prathamesh, can you answer that? Which formula you will use?
By IR only, sir. V is equals to IR.
Very
Voltage
good.
across.
Yeah.
Voltage across all resistor are same, and current is different.
Correct. Very good.
Resistor
So,
we know.
we know, correct. Very good. V is equal to I1 into R1. So V is given. R1 we know. So we can find out the I1. Very good. Same thing. V is equal to I2 into R2. Same thing. V is equal to I3 into R3. Okay. So I will just show the answer. Many of you got it correctly. So once I know the equivalent resistance RAB, then you calculate the current using V is equal to IR or I is equal to V by RAB. So 50 volt divided by 2.941 into 10 raised to 3, which you will get it as 17 into 10 raised to minus 3 amperes. So, or you can say 17 milliamperes. How to find the I1 current? I1 V is equal to I1 R1. Okay, V is equal to I1 R1. Therefore, I1 is equal to 50 by 10,000. You get it as 5 milliamperes. I2, you get it as V is equal to I2 R2. Therefore, 50 divided by 25,000, 2 milliamperes. Once you have these two values, I3 can be, we know I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So, therefore, I3 is equal to I minus I1 minus I2. That is 17 minus 5 minus 2. That is 10 milliamperes. 10 milliampere. So where the current is more, the current is more where the resistance is less, and current is less where the resistance is more. Here the resistance is how much? 25 kilo ohms. That's why the current is less, and here current is more because this is the least resistance. All right. So with that, we will close. Just you can note down this circuit diagram as a homework.